I'm Georgie, and I'm here to cultivate your green thumb. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 4 things that you can expect from your first garden. Weeds, rain, veggies or not veggies, and bugs. First, weeds will come. If you're using new ground, I would suggest that you at least keep your plots small enough so that you don't get discouraged your first year. Not understanding which weeds are not so bad and which are really horrible, and when to attack them, at what stage of their growth, will keep you from being discouraged. In the beginning, this is easy, you might say. Then you add some green beans and some summer squash and some carrots and some zucchini. The end of school rolls around with a couple of rainy weekends, and the project at work needs to be finished now. Oh, and the dog ate the sandwich on the coffee table. Needs to go to the vet to make sure that plastic doesn't get stuck somewhere. Next thing you know, you can't find the little jalapeno or the special little tomato that you just couldn't live without. And those eggplant that you planted just a few short weeks ago. Mulch, I say, with anything you can get your hands on. Cardboard, newspapers, sawdust, last year's chicken shavings. Anything will save your garden. And those little tiny weeds earlier in the season, before you can even get grass clippings, those little tiny seedlings, just mess them up. Don't let them get a chance. Just mess them up. You don't even have to pull them out. Just leave them right there and let them dry up. If you wait until they get bigger, you're actually going to turn up more weed seeds when you try to pull them up. Early is key. Messing them up once a week will be sufficient unless you're breaking new ground. But you're going to ignore them because they just don't look that ominous. But mulch a lot in May and June. Then rain will come. Some years, a lot of rain will come, and there's not a lot you can do about that. But if you've got heavy clay soil, make sure you work in a lot of organic matter. Anything, again, just like the mulch, anything organic. Leaves, grass, sawdust, if you don't have anything else, will lighten your soil up and make it better. Even I have to do that, and I've got the best river bottom land. It's almost pure silt, but the sun burns it up every year. And rain may not come. Mulch, again I say, if you've mulched already, you're ahead of the game. Big time ahead of the game. Not only will the mulch keep the soil from drying out, it keeps the soil moist enough to accept more water. If it's left out there to dry, you've seen it. Put water on something and it runs right off. Dry will not accept moisture. And you should set up a watering system. Set something up so that you can just flip a switch. If you're going to work, the kids need to be picked up, the dog has to go to the vet, boom, and you're good. Even put a timer on it if you think you need to. They're pretty awesome. Then, too many veggies may come. You'll probably have something that's too much to handle once or twice a year. You can keep eating it. That might help with the seed selection or the plant selection next year when you're overrun with them, but you tend to forget this kind of stuff. And you can try to give them away. That might work. But if you're in a gardening community, if you have a lot of something, so's everybody else. And it becomes kind of an involved game of who can get to Aunt Tilly first. And if you leave a bunch of stuff on her porch and she doesn't have the mobility to throw it over the bank like she used to be able to do, that's just plain wrong. Put them in the compost pile. I know, it's hard. It's really hard in the beginning. Put them in the compost pile. It's better to keep your plants picked than it is to try and do something with them. Doing something with them is just a whole other job. Put them in the compost. Or, better yet, my favorite is raised chickens. They just love all those extra veggies. And it's a whole bunch easier to get rid of eggs than it is all those bloody zucchini. Now, enough of a particular veggie. may not come. You have Great Aunt Maggie's bread and butter pickle recipe that you found in the attic when she went to that great garden in the sky. You miss her, and you miss the pickles. Then along came the blight, and in 3 short days, your cucumbers are gone. It's very disappointing, but something doesn't work out. Sometimes 2 or 3 things don't work out. Sometimes things surprise you, and it goes the other way. It's very unpredictable. But don't be discouraged. While these things can be a little disheartening, it's really a disaster. First year's the most unsettling. It gets a lot better after that. Now, lastly, bugs may come. And if you view bugs as gross and disgusting creatures instead of part of the food chain, which they are, you should get your produce at the farmer's market. If you insist on using pesticide, and this isn't just my opinion, although it's been a long-held opinion, they'll do more harm to you and to the environment than a few bugs eating your tomato plants. Besides, there are some cute and highly entertaining bugs. They can be off-putting to the novice, but they can be fun as well. And for a small garden, they're totally manageable. Find them, pick them, squish them, feed them to the birds. Check your plants every day, look them over. Are there any holes? Pick up the leaves. Are there any eggs? Make a game of it. My daughter and her husband used to fix a drink after dinner and go down and peruse 50 rows of potatoes, killing and squishing the dreaded Colorado potato beetle. Catch them before they become prolific, and you've saved your plants for the season. The important thing to know is they're part of the food chain. Your food chain. Every little thing. The food chain starts microscopic and ends up with you.